They have built up and now reign over the world with a presence, as if they were the rulers of the earth. They have achieved rapid progress both biologically and culturally. Many civilizations have emerged as newcomers on this planet. Despite this, they quickly harnessed their intelligence and technological prowess, establishing a presence as if they were the rulers of the earth. There is even a saying that humanity was born at 11:37 p.m. on December 31st. Such is the brevity of human history. It is said that modern humans appeared just 200,000 years ago. If we were to condense Earth's 4.6 billion years of history into a single year, modern humans would have emerged just a few moments before midnight. The Earth itself was born 4.6 billion years ago in the vast expanse of the universe. The first life appeared on Earth only after several more billion years had passed. Surveying such humanity with a gaze filled with melancholy was the one.
This is troubling. At this rate, humanity will perish.
The one, muttering to themselves, looked down upon the people living on the ground. Though they had a form resembling a human, their head bore magnificent antlers reminiscent of a great deer, 3 pairs of wings extended from their back, and a tail like that of a shark stretched from their waist. It had a bizarre appearance, with antlers sprouting from its head. In addition, its skin was partially covered with scales reminiscent of reptiles, and its lower body resembled that of a carnivorous beast.
Saving them would be easy, but my basic stance is non-interference.
It was an indescribable space. There was no ceiling, floor, or walls, just an endless expanse of sky-blue scenery. However, it wasn't the sky. The proof was at their feet, where a water surface spread out. Many might be reminded of Bolivia's uni-salt flats. The difference was that what was reflected in the water wasn't the sky but the world. The activities of all living things were projected on the transparent mirror-like surface below. In this empty space, the one continued to murmur to themselves, groaning and pondering.
But watching them has become my recent amusement, and it would be troublesome if they disappeared.
Such a pity, truly a pity. Murmuring this repeatedly, the one was lost in thought until suddenly they snapped their fingers as if struck by inspiration.
That's it. I've got a great idea. I'll give humanity a chance in the form of a trial. Whether they survive or perish, the choice will ultimately be theirs. I'll just set the stage.
The androgynous figure's eyes sparkled like a child presented with a new toy, and they clapped their hands together with a sharp sound that echoed through the endlessly expansive sky-blue space.
To start planning the setup. Yes, let's make it elaborate. Something like an RPG from their perspective. Ha! I've been quite influenced by them, haven't I?
As they laughed softly, their 6 wings fluttered with excitement. Each wing had a different form, modelled after a bird, a pterosaur, and a butterfly, creating an intriguingly strange appearance. Leaning forward, the figure scrutinized the world below with keen eyes.
Now, what should I do? How can I make this story exciting? Since I won't be intervening myself, I need to craft it so the narrative progresses on its own, and I need to select the right characters for the story too. Wow! There's a lot to do. This is going to be quite a hassle.
Despite the words, their voice was bright and buoyant. Their eyes, as ever, gleamed with a radiant light as they watched the joys and sorrows of the humans below with affectionate interest. A young person pursuing their ideal self and studying diligently for the future. An orphan, having lost their parents, enduring days of hunger without any opportunity for education. A married couple, each silently condoning the other's infidelity, yet playing the role of a happy family in front of their child. An elderly person, ensnared by the lure of money, feeling no guilt in deceiving and undermining others. An athlete, challenging their own limits, training their body to the utmost extremes. The figure observed all these lives, each one a piece of the intricate tapestry of human existence, with a mixture of curiosity and amusement. An idol who always spreads smiles and charm on stage, despite the harsh realities she faces. A girl burdened from birth with the fate of an assassin, though she wishes to kill no one. A young man questioning the meaning of life as he prepares to embrace eternal sleep. The world is full of diverse lives. Each has its own thoughts, its own drama, and its own unique beginning and end. The one had been watching these scenes unfold for a long time.
If I'm going to do it, I want to create an exquisite stage where love, hatred, hope, and despair are all intertwined. Human emotions shine most beautifully when they have a wide range.
The water surface stretched endlessly in all directions. Every time a ripple formed, the scenes reflected changed. Ripples appeared not just one by one but in countless numbers, continuously forming and fading away. Despite the enormous amount of information, the one kept track of everything from beginning to end with a serene expression. Moreover, it wasn't just the present. They traced the paths of all living beings, accurately reading their natures and views on life and death. It was like flipping through all the books in existence simultaneously and memorizing every word without error.
Oh.
Suddenly, the gaze of that person came to a halt before a particular ripple.
Oh my, yes, this one seems quite intriguing. The question is how to cast her. Should I make her the protagonist, or perhaps?
Pondering, they slapped the water's surface with a shark-like tail fin. It was a gesture meant to help organize their thoughts, but it caused no disturbance to the ripples. Everything within this space was under that person's control. Since they could dominate everything as they wished, unexpected occurrences were impossible. This applied equally to the events on the surface. Originally, such dilemmas could be resolved effortlessly. However, they chose not to. Why? Because it went against their principles and, most importantly, it would be boring. Stopping the movement of their tail fin, the figure grinned and snapped their fingers with a satisfying crack. Immediately, the rippling water that had been showing the scene began to glow. The surroundings started to bubble and stir with waves.
Well then, to understand this child's intentions, I suppose I'll have to go and meet them. After all, nothing starts without going to the field first.
A storyline had already begun to form in their mind. Although it was just the skeletal framework, the themes and structure were gradually taking shape. They had a feeling that with just a little more inspiration, this concept would solidify. Protagonists in stories often have companions. However, if this child were to be the protagonist, they would likely have no friends, no lover, no one to understand them. They would be shunned by all, with their good deeds seen as malevolent. It would be an exceptionally lonely struggle imposed on them. There will undoubtedly be various conflicts and struggles. Nevertheless, that too will be an intriguing experience. Since it's a story I'm crafting, it would be dull if it were mundane. The tips of my white hair, tinged with black, fluttered. The curiosity that seemed ready to burst into dance could no longer be contained. Squinting their eyes with amusement, that person leapt into the glistening water.
Well, things are getting interesting.
Adorable, adorable, my dear children. Please entertain me. Wrapped in countless bubbles of all sizes, that person grinned innocently.